Alrighty, welcome back to the Push to Pass podcast. I guess today we're doing a little bit of a podcast, an individual. It's just me. Matt is busy. He's been stolen by David Land. I say that in jest. He is helping him out with his month of May projects, and that takes priority over me. And that's okay. But so anyway, it's just gonna be me today, and I wanted to talk about obviously the Indy GP that happened on Saturday, a couple days later than probably should have, but that's okay. And yeah, it was another Alex Palou. It looked a little bit different this time, but still, I would argue it is a bit of a Alex Palou belt to ass moment. But it did start out a little bit different. Alex did not lead him into turn one. He did win the pole. That was the first time this season, actually. So, yeah, for him to lose the lead in the first corner of the first lap was somewhat surprising, comparatively to what we've seen before, but you could kind of tell, you could get the feeling Graham Rahal was not getting away from him. I don't think it ever got bigger than maybe a second and a half between the two of them. And on lap 58, Alex Palou got by him for the first time, and pretty much set sail from there. I believe he'd put 2 seconds on him by the time they came back around the next lap. So that just kind of tells you the kind of pace that Palou was sort of holding on to there. And yeah, that one was pretty much over, but we did get a caution for the first time since St. Petersburg, not for an on-track incident, even though we did have a few on-track incidents on Saturday. But the caution did not come out for those. It came out for David Malukas, stopped on the racetrack down the backstretch into turn 6, 7, whatever it is. But yeah, that was that finally brought out the caution. Sorry, I forgot what I was talking about. Finally brought out the caution for the first time since lap 1 at St. Petersburg, and it didn't really matter anyway. Alex Palou continued to do what he'd been doing ever since he got the lead, which was just drive away. And yeah, and we ended the race. It is about the same as it's been all season. But what I did want to point out is I noticed this, and everyone, I feel like the consensus has been that this is the way it's been for ever since Alex Palou got in a Ganassi car, basically, other than the 1 year where he was in legal trouble and this, that, and the other. And not that Alex has been, I'm going to look at the last 3 years. I'm going to throw these up on the screen too. Let's look at 2023. He had 5 wins and I believe 10 podiums, which is a great season, obviously. 10 podiums out of 17 races. Worst finish, it looks, of 8th. It's incredible. There's no doubt. Juxtapose that with last year, and last year it seems like a down year comparatively. Not seems like it. I would argue it is a down year comparatively. I guess there's maybe one more oval race on the schedule. 2 maybe, because Nashville was, and yeah, so maybe two, or maybe no, that's 3. Either way, a couple more. But he only had 2 wins all season, which again is nothing to scoff at. This was one of them. But 2 wins all season, and I believe only 6 podiums. Again, that's nothing to scoff at or look at. Obviously, he won the title, so it worked for him. But I guess the point I'm trying to make, and he hadn't actually even won any since he won his 2 races before we went to the hybrid package. Probably should have won Mid-Ohio if they didn't have just a bobble on pit lane, but probably could have won Iowa, theoretically. It didn't happen though, but either way, they were really good, obviously, but they weren't doing this once we got to the hybrid. So it leads me to believe they figured something out over the offseason. Obviously, they did. What they could have figured out over the offseason that everyone else didn't figure out, I don't know. Shit. This is not really going to be A-level commentary. I'm used to having a Matt to bounce this off of, so I do apologize for this, but I really badly wanted to title this something about them cheating because I thought it would be funny. Do I think they're actually cheating? No, not necessarily. Would it surprise me? Again, no. Especially as holier than thou righteous they were last year about the Penske scandal. That screamed to me hiding something. Again, I'm not accusing anyone of anything. I'm really not, but it wouldn't surprise me. But yeah, I don't know. This one's really quick. I got to get this one up, and that's just what it's going to be. Not a whole lot to say other than that, really. I mean, it wasn't a bad race by this season's standards, I wouldn't say, but it wasn't a particularly great race by historical standards. Now, it is the IMS road course, so it's not necessarily the highest rated track in my eyes and most people's eyes. But either way, we started Indy 500 practice today. I actually don't know anything that happened, so I'm not going to comment on any of that. But we are moving up to IndyCar Indy 500 qualifying next week. And by next week, I mean 3-4 days from now, and I'm going to be there, and I am really excited. I've never been to Indy 500 qualifying. I've been to the 500 a bunch of times. Never been to 500 qualifying. I'm really excited to watch these cars driving the corner at 240, whatever it's going to be. Hopefully, maybe it's a little faster with the hybrid. I don't know. I'll have to go look at it. I will try and watch some practice before Fast Friday, but I'm going to be there on Fast Friday, so I'll do that. I'm going to try and make a video from qualifying, and then hopefully we can make a video, and by we I mean Matt and I, because we'll both be there by that point, at after Carb Day, and that can be our official 500 preview video. We'll see how that goes. I'm a little wishy-washy with some of the stuff, but that's the plan. So be sure to keep a lookout for it, and I'll see you next time. Matt will see you at some point, but I've been Seth. You've been the audience, and we'll see you later. Bye, Gary.